My name is Aditi and this is Ganesh. We're from Fresh and Local. We're an organization that is supporting and trying to encourage urban gardening, especially for edibles. So today we're going to be focusing on kitchen gardening. Kitchen gardening is growing your vegetables, foods, things that you can use in your own kitchen. So today we're going to be teaching you how to plant Bok Choy and how to take care of it and how to then harvest from it. So we'll start off, what you need most important is some kind of container. So this container is a clay pot. So a clay pot will require a little more watering compared to maybe a plastic container or some other kind of container because it absorbs a lot of water. We start off by lining the bottom because as you can see at the bottom there's usually holes of any container. So you want to line it so that you don't lose whatever mitti that you are putting into this container. Next, we put some dry leaves or some kind of dry waste. The reason of putting this at the bottom is that because the mitti will come on top of this, it will start to decompose and it will be a kind of compost for your sapling. So you don't have to be putting some other kind of fertilizer. Next, on top of this dry waste, what we have to do is you have to, if you can get some nariyal from your nariyal pani wala and fill it with some soil. What we have used in our soil mix is we have used cocoa soil, which you can get from any garden shop. We have used mitti and we have used compost. This is compost we have made ourselves, but you can also get cow manure, you can get organic compost from garden shops itself, and we have done an equal part of each. The idea of doing that is that then we put this into the bottom of the container. The coconut is going to decompose from the mitti inside and the mitti on top. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to fill the container with mitti, so fill it all the way almost till the top. What you should remember while filling your container, mitti will slowly compact down a little bit. So fill it slightly, maybe an inch or two higher than what you normally would think is the top. Spread it out. And next what you need is your sapling. तो हमने क्या किया है कि ये Bok Choy का sapling है. We have got our own seeds and we've planted it in these smaller containers. It'll take about 2 to 3 weeks for it to get to about this size after planting it from seed. Once it is this size, it's ready to be transplanted because now it's a healthy sapling. You can see it's got about 4 to 5 leaves. That means it's ready to be transplanted. So what we do is we make a little hole here at the center. You empty it out. As you can see, it comes out quite nicely. And then you just place it in this little gadda that you have made and cover it. Bok Choy is a vegetable that comes from, it's a leafy green that comes from Southeast Asia. It can be used in salads. It can be used in stir fries. The thing is, you have to ensure that the entire root of the Bok Choy is planted, but not the base, because it ends up being quite a broad vegetable at the bottom and then it starts to have larger leaves. This is a full-grown Bok Choy. I just want to point out a couple of things. ये जो नीचे का हिस्सा है Bok Choy का, ये बहुत ही important है कि ये नीचे का जो गांठ है, that it should be out, exposed above the soil. What needs to be covered is this root portion. So as you can see, this is the root of the Bok Choy. This needs to be covered. But this part, because you'll be harvesting, as you can see, we've harvested from over here. So this can be harvested, and what you have to do is you have to make sure that you go from the outer circle. This will then encourage growth in the inner circle. So as you can see, there's some new leaves coming here inside, and that's because we've been harvesting outside. Bok Choy, like a lot of other leafy greens, won't take as long as something like a tomato or a carrot to be ready, because the more you harvest, the more leaves will come out from the center. You can start harvesting at about 40-45 days from seed. So from this sapling, in about 2 to 3 weeks, you'll actually be able to start harvesting this Bok Choy. So the amount of sunlight that will be required for a Bok Choy is full sun, but it will grow mostly in India or specifically in Bombay's winter time. So because it is a leafy green, it is more sensitive compared to other saplings and other plants. So if you plant it in the summer, the sun is a little too strong for it. And it gets too dry. So it will require a lot more watering and the likelihood of it surviving is not as high. But because our winter season is quite pleasant here in Bombay and in other parts of India, the Bok Choy will do quite well. And this is for, in general, any kind of leafy vegetable. So be it lettuce or any kind of salad green, palak, all of these things will do much better in the winter time. So we recommend you obviously water maybe every 2 days in the winter. How you can check if it needs watering is if you stick your finger into the soil and you see that and you feel that it is dry, about 1.5 inches deep, that means that the plant requires some watering. Even when you transplant, you need to ensure that you water it because it's one of the essential things a plant needs. Again, never pour water directly onto the plant. water around the plant, or use your hand as a kind of brake to ensure that the sapling doesn't get damaged because it's quite young right now. And water so much so that there isn't too much water coming out of the bottom. Water enough just so that the roots needs moisture. In 45 days, you'll hopefully have a lot of bok choy, and I hope you enjoy your kitchen garden.